Hey everyone, I'm back. Evening session about to start. Just saw Carlos there walking in to do the official opening of the evening events there at Stade de France. Thank you for everybody for joining me. Lots of great stuff coming up tonight, including the women's 400-meter final, the 200-meter final for men, and the 110-meter hurdles final, long jump final in process as well. Really good stuff tonight. And the evening session for the heptathlons will be there. First thing on track, though, will be the 1500-meter semifinal. That should be good. I'll get that up on the screen really quickly there, featuring the likes of Faith Kipiegan. Can she do an unprecedented run again? Second in the 5,000 meter behind her teammate, initially disqualified but got back in. Not a great championship so far for the likes of Gudaf Sagai, but I anticipate she should be in better shape here. Would want to make up for not finishing well. There was a little tussle between her and Faith. But we are about to get that on track. We're looking at the top 6 advancing to the final. Hylam, Laura Murr, Ellie St. Pierre, Georgia Bell, all those people are really interesting athletes that potentially should be making it into the final. Nikki Hiltz again there in second. There's Gudaf Sagai. Jessica Hull, she's been having one of those fabulous seasons. Didn't shake off. Fate couldn't shake her off on the Diamond League. And I anticipate her on the medal podium. I always like Well Tell Jay. I don't know if she'll deliver, but it's going to be an interesting 1500-meter qualification there. Yeah. Hopefully everybody's doing well and gearing up. Just a shot there in the stadium of Aaron Knighton. There's Let Seeley there. Let Seeley could spring a big surprise this evening. Let's see what we get from him. Kung Fu Kenny there. 200-meter final tonight. How fast can they go? I'm not sure that's important. The most important thing is getting on the podium. How everybody's doing. Faith Kipiegan, man. Thought she would have figured out a way to win the 5,000, but that didn't happen. But it should be good. Have you guys recovered from the morning session? The relays? If you're Jamaican, then you would not be happy that the men didn't make it through. There's Lorimer there, Hylam, Ellie St. Pierre. I think these are top-class athletes for sure. So yeah, first race on the track is going to be first semifinal of 2. Top 6 automatically get through. I think I'm having 2 screens. So I just saw the tussle again with Sagai and Faith Kipiegan. And they're off right now. Kipiegan kind of holding back. She's not really pushing it as yet. Just holding our position in lane 1. Laura Muir as well out there. A little bit of tussle there between St. Pierre and couple of athletes there. There's it's a kind of difficult situation when you run these races. So 3 laps remaining in this first of 2 semifinals. So Griffith in the lead there. There's Carvalho there, Chipchair, Bell, Hylam, Faith Kipiegan in that kind of There's no packs here. Everybody's basically in the same pack, except for the like of Lorimer, who's just a little bit behind. But I anticipate she should step up in another as soon as we get around on this lap here. She's actually already going wide now, going all the way over into lane 4, just to push up the pace to make sure that she's there. So Lorimer making a boat for it. She's gonna take them out already into the lead right now. She wasn't happy with the pace. Faith Kipiegan hasn't broken it. Just all of them still comfortable in the pack right there. It's going to be an interesting one. Chip Chair there, Griffith, Muir, Bell, Cavalli, and Harlem. They're running all across to about lane 3 right now. So a lot of additional running going on by a few athletes. Again, top 6. I expect right when you break for the final lap, likes of Faith and the rest will start pushing. But she's good enough to outkick all of these athletes anywhere. But you don't want to mess around. So Lormio will lead into the final lap. Yeah, Faith Kipiegan right beside her too, stepping up. So it's Mira Kipiegan, Chip Cheer, St. Pierre there, Griffith, Halem. All the athletes that you anticipate should be pushing for it. The pace is moving up somewhat right now. And Faith now takes a check on Laura, and both of them are kind of going side by side. Kipiegan just takes the lead. And I think she's going to comfortably win this, I imagine. The rest will have to dart for it. There's a big separation there now with Hylam. I don't know what's happening to her. I don't think she's going to make the final at all. She won't make the final at all. So there's Kipiegan will take them through Laura Moore, St. Pierre, Bell. The Kenyan dropped off big time as well. And there's Ramsden there, I think it looks like. So Faith Kipiegan wins it in 3:58.65 as the flash time. So that's your finalists right there. So Marquis gets it on the line against her compatriot there, Esther Guerrero. So it's Bell. So Kipiegan, Bell, and St. Pierre and Lormore. Those are your top 4, but all 6 go through. And that's the end of it. What's going on, Michelle? Yeah, Faith. I think Faith has something here. I thought Faith probably could have pulled off the 5,000 meters. It was going to be difficult. I mean, the biggest surprise for me was Gudafsagai not delivering at all, but who knows? It probably could have been that inside push there, but I don't think that was big enough to really sink an athlete of good stature rather. This will be a harder 1,500 meter for Faith Kipiegan to win. Probably a hardest in a long while. I definitely think Jessica Hull can hang with her. So the question for Faith is, how do you navigate this? How do you ensure that others who are increasing in their kick? Yeah, yeah. So it's Marquez, Kazimierskaya, Lemur, St. Pierre, Bell, and Kipiegan. Those are those are the athletes going through for Jared. You come here all the time with these things right now. Noah Noah is breaking the world record of what? I keep. There's no way Usain Bolt's world record goes down tonight. It's not possible tonight. I know you're excited for your man, but he should focus on winning the race first. That's not happening. All in the game, what's going on? 18-year-old wonder kid Berke Hylam has struggled this year. Well done to NCAA athletes running a national record after a long season. It is. It's Ramsday, right? Yeah, the New Zealand athlete there. It's tough to come to the Olympics or any major championship this far. Oh, interestingly, Hawkins is still competing in the heptathlon. I thought she would have pulled out after the disastrous high jump this morning. Yeah, this was an interesting race. I actually don't know what happened to Berkey. I mean, maybe it's not a good championships for Ethiopia in general because, yeah, I thought she would have. I had her as a potential medal prospect. I wasn't quite sure she would deliver on that, but I thought she was good. Shot put for heptathlons going on as well. I'll get back to some of these comments in a second. Let me just give you an update on where that is. For those who aren't following, just first attempts from all these athletes here. And let's see, KJT has gone 13:38. I think in Group A here, let's see. The Colombian is leading, but I want to see what Nafatiam is doing. Anna Hall has only gone 13:48. Where's Nafi? Did I miss it? Oh, what's going on here? Oh, yeah. So Tiam's fouled in her first one. So we'll see. She has two more chances there to get a legitimate score. Let me get back to some of these comments here. Off the 200 and maybe 4 bar. I like the optimism, Jared. There's no way 200 meters. No one is even running 19.3 tonight. So I think we should put that to bed. All in the game is saying Noah will not run sub 19.4. We'll be shocked if he does. I agree on that. You gotta be Noah's PB. There's nowhere Noah can run 42.9 on any 4x4 leg either. Ain't no way that's happening. It's impossible. And worse so after this kind of series of Olympic event. Nah. Michelle is saying I agree. Noah is not far from whoever is in second. He should not focus on record. Yeah, this is going to be a tough 200 to win tonight. I think Tobogo has something up his sleeve, and I guess Kung Fu Kenny for me has to put out a better showing than he did before. So yeah. All in the game is also saying outside of doing his bronze in the 800, Ethiopia has struggled. Yep, they have struggled big time. Second semifinal coming up in a second here would feature Gudaf Sagai. Even with what happened in the 5,000, I thought Sagai was more than capable of pushing for a medal. To be honest with you, it's lots of questions going on. Lemaitre Gurma last night falling on his face. I saw a pic of him in the hospital. There was reports that he's doing well. I'm happy he's doing well. But that he can't catch a break. What? You mean 200 meters you're talking about? I don't know, Jared. I mean, I don't know about the conservative nature or anything like that. Yeah. But the anticipation of world records. I don't know how old. Oh, I don't know how old you are, Jared. But the it's easy to look at these records and think he can just pop them out like that. It's not. It's not. That's not how it works. It's super hard to do. The conditions aren't right for those records either. And you're talking about a world record that's way out there. That's way out there. It's not happening. It's not happening. Michelle is laughing. Yeah. So the next race is off on the track right now. Good Sagai already takes the lead ahead of Nikki Hiltz. This time, Sagai, her best bet is to just go out there and deliver. I see what you're saying there. No, we can have a conversation. I'll adjust it in a second for you, then, Jared. After this race, I'll talk to you more about why. Yeah. Yeah, Michelle is saying, Jared, you need to be realistic. He's not Bolt. Yeah, Bolt could have done that, but he didn't. And but it's way out there, though. All in the game. Will there be a harsh criticism of Noah if he doesn't win the 200, given that he won the 100? Certainly will go against the narrative. I can't see him being up. I can't see anyone criticizing him for that. I mean, in a way, you can say it's his baby. It is his baby event. However, if he gets beat, then it would have been because of some brilliant running, I suspect. So I'm sure he would be critiqued, but I think if you're in the know in the sport, you would probably feel like perhaps not. It depends. It depends on who's doing the criticism. Yeah. Yeah, I'll talk to you about this in a little bit. Yeah, I'm happy that you're 18 and you're engaging in these things. Yeah, so I'll try to explain what's going on. While Good Afsiga is still leading Jessica Hull right there. Weltel J is there too. So if you were to put in context the 1931 that Noah did, Jared, in Eugene, which is what, third fastest of all time or something like that, is it? The 1930, is it 30 he did or 31? Yeah, 31. It's making him the third fastest athlete of all time. Give me a second. Hall is there with Weltet J and Gudov Sagai. Nikki Hiltz right behind her. Again, top 6 go through. Sigai doesn't look so great to me, guys. She looks like she's struggling. She's looking up on the clock. That she's struggling. Gudav Sigai is struggling to even qualify. She's checking the clock to see if people are coming. She will qualify in 4th position, but she's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Let me get that up on the screen real quickly. So national record for France there from Guillemot there, 356.69. Walteja wins this in 355.10 ahead of Hiltz, Sagai, and Ejori there from Kenya. So those are the athletes that will progress to the final. That's pretty quick. Pretty quick running out there. Pretty quick running, guys. All right. Jared, so let's get back to Noah's best race ever. Bolt would have to get the additional time you need to break that world record means you have to find another 3 meters on the track, minimum probably 3.5. Probably 3 meters just to catch up, and then to go below it, you need a little bit more. So that's not possible right now. It's too far out there. It's certainly increasingly difficult in a championship. Usain was a different type of athlete to be able to deliver that in a major championship after more rounds in the 100 meters and rounds in the 200 meters than they run right now. To deliver those 2 big world records, the 958, and then come back and break the 200-meter world record, it's one of the greatest things you've ever seen in one athletic performance there, because he's not only breaking it, but he lowered it so hard. My guess, if and when that record eventually goes, it probably won't happen in a major championship for me. It probably will happen on a Diamond League circuit or a circuit where you get great conditions and just a one pop from an athlete. That's how I would think about whether or not that record eventually goes. That's how I would consider it, judging from the athletes that I'm seeing currently. I don't know if it will even be broken anytime soon. I feel like the 100-meter record, the person to break that probably hasn't been born yet, or they may be a kid. The 200, that's a different story. Maybe people can flirt with that, but that is very hard. So that's why I get it. But I see what you're saying. You probably wouldn't consider some of these things yet, but I'm happy that you're here though. I know you want him to do it and all of that kind of stuff, and that's perfectly fine. Yeah, but yeah. All in the game say puts it in context. Michelle saying Bolt was in a different league. Like the video, guys. Thank you. Agreed. Yeah, Jared, don't let anyone's big ego confuse you. When you are a star like Bolt, there will be a huge margin between you and the person second. Are you seeing that with Noah? Yeah. And then Jared said, this is going to be the greatest 200 finals of all time. It's hard for I get where you're again. This is that sometimes say the naivety of youth. You also have to go back and watch a lot of finals. That one thing I would implore you to do, because it's hard to know things that happened before you're born, but you've lived in a great era now where most of the stuff are available online. At least you can get back stuff. You can get stuff from 84 Olympics. You can get things all the way back. You could even see 68 stuff, and then the rest you may just have to read about and take people's word for it. I don't even think this will come close to the 1996 Olympic final. And that was a ridiculous 200-meter final. It's not going to happen. Yeah. But yeah, Michelle is saying, Jared, you sound like, no, we shall see. The proof will be left on the track. Yeah. I see a big gap between now and the next person. Actually, I don't think so. If he does that, fair play to him. This is not about a criticism of Lies. I want to be clear here. I think he goes here as a favorite. He should be. He is great over 200 meters and will go down as one of the all-time greats. He's already on the all-time great list, probably for 200 meters. Probably needs the Olympic title to just solidify that for sure. But the amount of wins at the World Championships, the dominance he's had for how many years is there. The question is, how fast can you run after the kind of workload that you're doing? And there are some quality athletes in the field, namely Letzi Litabogo and Bednarak. So that's what I'm saying. And I'm telling you, I think a lot of people sleep on Welter, but I think she has. How old is she now? Is she 21? How old is she now? I think she. I'm trying to remember how old she's. I think she will. Let's see. She's 22. Yeah, she just turned 22 this year, in May. Lots of stuff. Akila Smith there from Jamaica coming out for the long jump final. That should be really good. Yeah. Mark is saying fourth fastest time of all time. However, the track at Eugene is renowned for fast time. Elaine recorded a time of 10:50. Yeah, Eugene is a special place to run. It's not only the track, I don't think. It's also just there's a lot of things that come to play at Haywood Field for sure. The conditions are usually great there. Sometimes going over the allowable thing. So it's a prime location, and athletes usually go there when they're very near their peak, right? Either for national championships or the World Championships was there recently, so we saw that. Yeah, you generally get some good stuff. You always get great stuff out times and stuff at Nike Prefontaine. The conditions are fantastic to run in Oregon. Yeah, and it does have a really great track. Yeah. Free Range says, any rumors about Noah's health? He was wearing a face mask yesterday. I don't know. I heard something about that, but I have no idea what his status is. If someone can actually say something about it, we'll know. Mark says there's no flirting with 1919. Yeah, only in the dreams right now. Only in your dreams. Jasmine Moore, they're coming out already. Medalist from the triple jump. All in the Game says, want to see a real battle between Mihambo and Tara Davis. I would love it too. I would love for them to just like open up with like 7:18 one time. Bam. Clear over 7 meters and we'll have something there. Hopefully nobody has like a situation where they end up in Ese Brume here, a woman that can get on the podium from Nigeria. You can't count her out. Always in major championships, always claiming medals. Had some injuries recently, but back. And Yapachina. For me, the podium pre this, I have Mihambo winning, Davis Woodall second, and I have the Yapachina on the list. Let me just put up the finalists there for the long jump that's about to start there. Here you go. There's one Jamaican, 2 Nigerians there. That's good to see. 3 Nigerians, I apologize. They're doing Nigeria, as we know, is one of those countries. If they invest in track and field, they should be able to deliver very high level. Yeah. So yeah, back to some comments here. Thanks everyone for coming through, for liking. Let's see. Mark says it's easy to run against opponents as opposed to the clock. Both 2008. Yeah, I mean even 09 in the 200 meters he was by himself, but no one could really keep up with that. Nafithiam on a third attempt, second attempt, she went 15:20. Let's see what we get here. Oh, that's big. That looks close to 16 meters. That's good there. Good glide technique for the multi-eventer. Almost close to 16 meters there. Lovely. So it's 15:54 on our final throw. A personal best for TM. That's not going to look good for you in the long run if she's dropping personal bests And if you wanna be in the mix, let's get a quick update on that. KJT there. Whoa! Is that a PB for KJT too? She just went over 14 there. About 14:44 there for KJT. It's looking nice there so far in the women's heptathlon. All right, I'll get back to your comments in a second, guys. There's also men's javelin final tonight. I forgot to talk about that too. Neeraj Chopra, Anderson Peters, Nadeem. What can we get? Jared is countering by saying he ran a 1931 by himself. Dave is saying, do you have any dark horse picks in the 200 who you think could potentially medal aside from the top three? This is interesting. I actually don't think anybody else has a shot. Let's put up the starting lineup right here, or the lineup. I feel it's just a stretch for everybody else, right? So we're looking in the ballpark of Lyles, obviously, Aaron Knight, and let's see Litaboga and Ben Begnarak. Those are the guys I think can get on the medal podium. I don't think Joseph Ambule. I think he has good talent, but I think it's a stretch too far. Oganda is a guy that you shouldn't necessarily sleep on, but I don't know if he can hang. I think I have to see you in you have to be in like sub 19.7 shape for me, 19.6 shape, or say a 19.6 shape to be a serious contender. I mean, if everything else goes well, I think it's gonna be those four guys are gonna go 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in whatever order you want. But Mahamba here on our first jump looks good. It's probably like 6'8" or 6'9" in our first jump. We'll see the official jump in a second. Yeah, so I don't have anybody else that could do anything. I like the Uganda kid, but I think it's just a stretch. It's such a stretch, to be honest with you. All in the game is saying he ran 19:13 without 3 runs of the 100 already in his legs. Hasn't run 19.5, sub 19.5 since doubling at a major championships. Yeah. Jared Noah is about to have the MJ flu game, and you're talking about basketball from the 1990. It was in 98 it happened, or 97 championship, one of them. You're a historian of the sport if that's what you're doing there, Jared. You know some stuff. Jared was responding by saying, all in the game, that's true, but he ran 1976 in the semifinal in 2023 and 1960 at the semifinal in the Olympic trials. He's being conservative like Bolt was. All in the game says, yes, KJT and TMPBs. Free range is saying, Noah is in lane 5 chasing the pack is interesting. It is. He has all the guys who could potentially beat him are he has them in sight. We'll see. We shall see. It should be a great final. We should forget about the times in general. Let's watch the competition. Smith here from Jamaica gets on the board. That's not bad there. Somewhere in the mid 6 regions there. It's a good jump there. What's that? Oh yeah, that's 666. Not bad. So far there's 2 women up on the long jump. Mihambo 677 and Smith from Jamaica. Okay, Nichols as well 664 and Osoro from Nigeria 658. So Woodall hasn't come up yet, and Jasmine Moore or Brume. So early stages in the women's long jump final. Let's see what we get from Yapachina here. Lots of promise in her as well. They're waiting for conditions. She's not going yet. I think she's looking to the coach right there. He's gonna tell her when, and he's like, "Go now." Good speed on the board. It looks like that's a good jump right there. Probably close to taking the lead there. Actually, she did 678, just a cm better than Mahamba's first jump. Dave says, Noah, let Sealy and Kenny have to be feeling the 100 rounds. Kenny for sure hasn't done a double before, so that's interesting. Let Sealy, he's done this before, so is Noah. But yeah, I agree with you. It's not easy. Your body has to be in tip-top shape. Yeah. If Noah runs sub 10.1 on the turn, I like his chances for Olympic record. So you've toned down now and given up on the world record, right? Yeah, so that's that. The 200, 400 meter final for 400 meter hurdles final for women. What are you expecting tonight? How quick can Sydney go? How quick can Femke go? So I think there's two races here, Femke and Sydney for one. Then Rochelle Clayton and Anna Cockrell. Maybe, yeah, for the other race. And then the rest, I think. So probably 3 races going on. I would have put Jasmine Jones in it, but I just don't know. Running out in lane 9 might be really hard. Good jump there from Davis Woodall. That should take her in the lead, or it looks pretty close to that. Let's see. She did take the lead. That looks like 693 there, according to that. It's a good jump there from Davis Woodall. Into a headwind as well. It's a good jump there to start. Let me get back to some comments. Thanks, everyone. Ivan, good to see you. Yapachina versus Davis versus Miamba. That's a great matchup. I love it. I love it. Doing well. How are you? Hopefully everybody else is doing well. I like Veta right here on the heptathlete. Ooh, that's a big throw for her too. That looks like she's gone over 15 meters there. It's a big throw there from her. $15.07 for Veta. So that's good throwing there for her. Let's get back to comments here. All in the game is saying, if Sid is trying to put the event to bed by running a crazy 49.9, could that jeopardize her simply securing the goal by trying to... Could that jeopardize her simply securing the goal by trying to run like a 50.5? So the question is, and this is the hard thing with the hurdle event, how do you push it, right? even when, I mean, it's less so in the sprint hurdles, but you can get mess up. It's more detrimental rather than the sprint hurdles if you go too hard. We even saw it this morning in the repechage round there, the Bahamian athlete attacking the hurdles just too quickly for my liking and then just couldn't keep up. And if Sid goes out super hard, harder than she probably can, or should rather, not can, then you never know. She could get the counts wrong and stumble. But I don't really know, you know? I feel like if you really want to destroy the world record, now is not the time to do it. She already has the world record. She broke it just recently in Eugene. You should try and win the gold medal. Winning this gold medal, I think, will be enough. I would have loved to see another world championship on top of that. But that should be enough to go down as the greatest. But it's interesting though. Koala right there looking like she's about to get in her stride for the long jump. Oof. Not a great board there, but not bad. Let's see where we are. Mark is saying, but before I get to Mark, yeah, I don't know. I certainly think we're getting a sub 51 from Femke as well. Would she be the question that I want to know, and we'll never get the answer? How concerned is Sid about Femke? Not in the sense that she's afraid of her or anything like that, but would she have like took notice to the sub 51? Like, I used to own this territory alone, and then now Femke is here with me. Would she take a step back and look at that? Is that a thing? I'm wondering. Yeah. Does it change that? Looks like more fold on that though. Oh, Javelin Moore, actually, that was a legitimate jump there. I thought this is why you need video distance measurement. Oh, look at that. That is lovely there. Jasmine Moore takes the lead with 696. So America 1-2 so far. Yeah, would she take that into consideration is my question. Where I am now, let's see. Mark is saying, why is Mr. Lyles being compared to Usain Bolt? Good question. Bolt has been involved in 6 world records. His London 963 Olympic record is the second fastest over the 100 meters, and not including in his 6 world records. It's comparing cheese to chalk. Yeah, I mean, I suspect people get excited when they see an athlete performing well and they look to the standard. You would hope that's where it is, but and I would love. I think if you're an athlete in Lyles or Tobago or anybody else, a kid just get it up and they open the record books and they see the great man. They should say, "Yeah, I want to break it. I want to be better than him." Right? Then that would push the sport. Right? Doing that is another story, right? Why do you think Dave is asking? Why do you think who do you think has a greater chance at potentially being placed on the 4x4 relay, Noah or Norman? I saw that Quincy Wilson is running it. He's going to give his all. So yeah, Wilson obviously will run in the heats. Whether or not they bring him back for the final is a different story. The Mike Norman situation is interesting. I mean, the man did make the final. It didn't perform. Is that a result of Norman being Norman of these last few years, or is he suffering from some injury? Because because obviously Norman is the better quarter miler. Let me put this to bed. There is zero reason for Noah Lyles to run the 4x4 for the United States. Absolutely no reason. The only other way Noah Lyles in the call room with a mask on. The only way that Lyles should ever see the 4x4 for the United States if like everybody where half of the quarter milers got sick. He's he doesn't even make the team over Quincy Wilson. If you're trying to do this purely on the sporting context, not the moment, not the storyline, but on pure raw numbers, he should not be anywhere close to their 4x4 team, and nobody can tell me otherwise. Jared says he's still not giving up on a 19.12. All right. All in the game. Will be shocked if Norman is one of the 4x4 after the shocking performance. Quinn Aaron Haynes in Tokyo was taken off the 4x4 after a similar performance in the 400-meter final for the women. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess they have to talk with him. I don't like, yeah, his performance was shocking at best, to be honest with you. I don't understand. He didn't look good in the US Championships either. He did look good for one race here in Paris. After that, not so much. So we'll see. Ivan is saying because Lies is the dominant in this generation as 100 and 200. Of course, he's definitely not the same caliber as Bolt, but he's still a world and Olympic champion. Oh yeah, of course, we can't take away his accolades, right? Yeah, I agree with that. I think everybody compares that, but I don't know if everybody does this. I think sometimes you're just searching for comparisons. We like to do that. Yeah. All in the game is saying Jasmine Moore is looking to pick up medals in the triple jump / long jump. That would be some achievement. Currently in the first position, still with 696. Davis Woodall 693, and Miamba just did her second jump, improved slightly. She's at 681. She needs a big one. Yeah, she's not getting any lift to me though. Yeah, Yapachino moves to fourth, Smith to fifth right now. So still in early stages of the women's long jump. Where am I now? Ivan says, I remember Norman has apparently said he would like to try and compete on the 100-meter like Fred Curley did. He did try that last year or whenever the year before. I don't know if there's a relationship between this and the fact that his training changed. He changed coaches too, right? But the thing about Norman, and we can only imagine it's difficult for athletes with similar talent ability or capability to run, is that he could be probably pretty good across all three events, right? 1 to 4. And maybe the 4 is just not where he finds a lot of joy. I mean, he could have dominated this 400-meter sport for a while if things had gone differently, but it's interesting. Ivan says, and the fact that he's not performing like when he went like we expect he would, yeah. Mark lies in the 4x4 is simply greed. Yeah, it's storylines. It's trying to make him look like Carl Lewis or Jesse Owens from the 36 games. I mean, I don't get it. Javelin will start 4x4. Yes, indeed, according to Ivan. Jeffrey's asking, does anyone know how many people they can replace in the relays heats versus final? They can do. They can get out. They can bring in the rest. They can bring in two. Can they bring in one or two? They can bring in two, I think. Yeah. Yeah, all in the game just answered it. Yeah, so 2 for sure and 1 in, yeah. So in this case, for the 4x1, Kung Fu Kenny and Noah will come in. So they'll replace Lindsay. And who was it? Kyrie King or something like that? Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Jeffrey? Hope you're doing well. Let's see this. I was confused why GB didn't start Nita and Dean Asher Smith. This clarifies. I would not sleep on the the Team GB team for sure. I think they have a really strong chance, but what they will require is I think they have a chance to capitalize if the US doesn't have good baton exchanges, and that's I put it that way. So I think they're locked in for the silver medal as long as they exchange correctly. If they have superb baton exchanges, extend the zone as best as they can. And if, say, for example, there's a little bit of a hiccup with the Americans, then it's possible that they could find their way on top of the podium. Yeah. All in the game agrees with Jefferson. It was smart. I think they can run 41-3. Yeah, and go number 3 all time. Walcott here, the man from Toco, Trinidad and Tobago, walking out. Twice medalist at the Olympics, right? Gold and was it gold and bronze? Mark says the Herb McKinley of the world is rare. Yeah, Herb McKinley, yeah. A man that could run across all things, 100 right up to the 440 yards. I have a, when I was a kid, I went to a workshop with Herb McKinley. He came. I used to live in Jamaica, obviously, and then he came to my high school and he did a workshop with some other guys. Drove a green Benz. And I think I was on duty to go look for the Benz to show him where he was coming. And I was doing it with another friend of mine, and he was like, I was like, look at that green Benz coming. And he's like, nah, it can't be that. He would never drive that old Benz. And yeah, he was driving that old Benz. Anyway, that's my Herb McKinley story. Great man. Great man. I think I was visiting Jamaica when he died, I think. But there was a dude that I think came from Finland or Norway or so to go to his funeral because he met Herb McKinley when he was a kid, or he was there at the games when he was a kid. Of course, a lot of people have a lot more Herb McKinley stories, but but that was my story. Yeah. Yeah, in 1 year, Herb world leading 1, 2, and 4. Yeah, it would be interesting to get those type of guys in the modern era, right? It would have been lovely to see. Davis Woodall has gone over 7 meters right now, 7.05 on our second attempt into the lead. Yapachina here coming down the runway. That's a better one. Looks good. It's for 687. I don't know why he's wearing a mask, Robert. I think he's not feeling well. I guess he's down with something. Talked about it today on the first live, but for those who are supporters of Jamaica, what do you guys take on Thomas Dodd rather, frustration with the Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association there, and also the JOA, the Jamaica Olympic Association. I mean, that was one of the hardest interviews to watch an athlete go through or deliver. She was really, you could see the hurt. Jared said, I'm hoping Liza's just taking extra precaution. I don't know what that. If he's sick and wearing a mask, I think he's trying to not. Maybe he's been told to. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to not infect others. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, Robert. It was really sad, and she was really upset about it. And she's like, she's at the game so close to 3 weeks, no access to any coach, or she didn't get any assistance to get accreditation. And it's, I think this is the second cycle this has happened to her. I don't know. One of those things. It's difficult. Oh, Vladic is already at 80-15. Anderson Peters right here, the man from Grenada. Can he pull off something? Can he give Grenada a second medal at these games? I swore last night Karani would have, but that was just a ridiculous 400 meters. Let's see, Peters here. That's pretty good there, but looks like it didn't brace his leg good enough for me. But whoa! It's not bad. That looks close to 80, 85, probably 84 or so. Oh, actually, yeah, it's 84.70. Not a bad throw. Mark says, though, 100 meters and 110 meter hurdles will be the most competitive of the sprint. It is. 100 meter hurdles for women is the most competitive race in all of track and field. Men's 200 meter finals coming up, guys. Kershawn Walcott from Trinidad into the lead, 86.16 there. But we'll focus our attention on the 200 meter final. They're doing the call out right now. I'll get to those comments. But again, it's Makarawi, Sharamba, Ogando, Noel Lyles, Aaron Knighton, Letsili Tobogo, Kenny Bednarak, Joseph Fambule. Those are the men who are contesting the 2024 Paris Olympics 200 meter final. It's going to be great. Let me see what else is in the comment section right here. Ivan says, it might be a touchy subject, but do you think Casta Semenya will be able to compete freely on the 800 meters as she would have like this generation? Because Hutchinson Mo has the same level as her. I don't know. It depends. I have Casta's book in my office. I bought it last year and I didn't read it. It's in my work office. So as you brought up that, I was just looking to see if I have it here with me. I read like the first page of it, but I just haven't gotten time to read it. I mean, I guess she wouldn't be allowed to compete. So it's like, I don't know, there's that kind of yeah, it's interesting. We have to unpack that another day. Yeah. You think there are less complaints? I don't know if there'll be less, to be honest with you. I really don't know. Yeah. Mark is saying Jamaica is having a disastrous 2024 Olympics. We just have to take the good with the bad. Sometimes coffee, sometimes tea. Yeah, it's one of those things. This morning, when I was watching the 4x1 heats, and also what the shot put qualification, it's like you just want people to just go get a sea bath or something and just like start anew. But this is how it works sometimes. Sometimes you go and it doesn't happen. But they should be proud with the field event performances. There's some great stuff happening with last night, Roger Stoner, their Olympic record gold medal. Fantastic from Rajendra Campbell there. Could have been a silver medal, but got pipped at the end there and count back because of Joe Kovacs has better series than he did up to that point. Yeah. Yeah. And a really good performance in triple jump there for Ricketts. I thought she did well there. Long jump, silver medal. Yeah, so I think there's opportunities to get a couple more medals. You never know what can happen in the men's 110-meter hurdles that's coming up tonight. I think Clayton also will probably do well enough to get on the podium, you hope. And 100-meter hurdles, we haven't gotten to the final stage yet, but it's possible. Anyway, let's focus on this 200 meters. Let's see if Noah Lyles can do stuff. All in the game. Well done, Zimbabwe, for having 200 in the final. 4 Africans in total. No, I think it's. I'm happy you keep pointing this out, because it's one of those things that we don't understand how important this might be to the future of the sport and inspiring other people. And it's a clean start here, guys. And Tobago is running a really good leg too. Aaron Noah is coming, but Kung Fu Kenny is leading too. Noah is coming right now. I think Lyles is going to get to the front. But look at Let's See Tobago. Let's See Tobago is going to be the Olympic champion. I told you guys he had more time. 1945. I said it. I said this guy is the man who could actually do it. Sorry for shouting. Let's See Tobago is the Olympic champion at era record 1946. Kenny Bednar at 1962. Lyles 1970. All in the game right again. Never done anything sub 19.5 after Dublin. Tobago was upset. Tobago knew that he didn't do well enough in 100 meters. Noah went for drive. He couldn't do it. Kung Fu Kenny run the curve of his life. This is one of the greatest curves I've seen in a long time. And I was saying, I thought Let's See would have come off the curve first, but Kung Fu Kenny was running. Let's See had time to stop running in the race. He was flexing on them. The whole time I'm saying, before the start of the Olympics, I'm like, Let's See, do not double. Just stay there. Big running too. Look at Kung Fu Kenny. Look at that, and Let's See turn it on. Look at him again. Look at him. And then he checks and stops running. He's doing a Usain Bolt across the line, not technically sideways, but he's knocking the chest. But Botswana, you better stand up right now. Look at that. He stopped running. That's 1904 for sure. That could be 1939. Noah Lyles looks defeated. I mean, he gets on the medal podium. Really good. Really happy for Kung Fu Kenny there. Really happy for him. I think something is wrong with Lyles. He's getting attention there. The NBC cameras are following him there. He's probably not well. He's definitely not. He come out in a mask. He's certainly not well. But anyway, that's not taking anywhere from the Botswana. And he's not even celebrating Tobago. That was an amazing run there from Kung Fu Kenny. And Tobago was with him too. Ooh, I got to get to the comments in a second, guys. On top of the world. We've never seen this. This is history in the making. Botswana, first time Olympic gold over this. Well, first time in the history of the sport that a man from the continent has won the 200 meters at the Olympic Games. They're coming and they're here. They've arrived, and we're all happy for it. Look at it. He won this with daylight, knocking chests and everything. Veronica said Tobago won. Yeah, for fantastic. Let me get back to these comments here. I'm like way out on it, guys. Way out on the comments here. All in the game says I called it. All in the game is checking in on Jared. Is Jared here? I haven't seen him. Jared, show your face. Hopefully, he didn't put money on this as a youngster. Kenny has now beaten Noah in 2 Olympic finals. This is an interesting setup there. The legacy of Noah Lyles never to win at the Olympic Games is interesting over the 200 meters. When you think he's one of the all-time greats in the 200 meters, whoa. But, you know, he still has time, but hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. That's for another time. Congrats, RMBK. Oh, I don't even know the pronounce. 56 says. Michelle says Jared champions consistently will. He's 18, Michelle. I call it. He was not good yesterday, according to Free Range there on the comments. Rory has never ever won ever won fast or ran fast. You mean in the inside lanes? Good question. This should end the fastest man in the world chat. All in the game, no excuses, please. Mark, LOL. I did do Veronica. Mark, humility, not American trait. Monte, what's going on? Noah is going to act like he was sick. So glad to see Tobago win. This is this is ridiculous right there from Let's See the Tobago. Ridiculous. Let's see the Tobago. Lots of promise. I'll get back to some other things there in a second. Michelle is liking, like, I knew he was 18. I want Jared to learn early. Hey, sometimes you have to learn the hard way. Jared, come on back on the channel, man. You've been here all the time. It's not, we want to check in on you for sure. Yeah. I know you must be upset. Hopefully you're not knocking. I have been there. As a kid, I used to get really upset when my sporting teams or people who are backing didn't go well. But, it's so it goes. Twain, good day to all. I'm heartbroken, buddy. What's up? You had you wanted, is it related to track or something else? He got sick because he lost, according to that. That's a disappointing time from Knighton according to Rory. Look, let's put it back up on the screen in a second. I don't know if we should expect much more from Aaron. Half the season, early in the season, he got he clearly returned an adverse analytic finding, and they fought for a long time, and he eventually cleared his name in time for the U.S. Championships. Now, I suspect that must have derailed him in any way. I don't know. All I know is that if you have that kind of a layoff, you're not competing, you're probably only training, that probably isn't going to cut it. So it probably is a bridge too far for him. America finishing 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I guess Noah probably had a lane violation there, probably. Let's see. Aaron, performance hurt me, bro. Okay. I mean, I think it's probably a step too far for him, to be honest with you, given what we've seen. It's one of those things. I don't know, you know. Let's see. Litoboga is what, 21. He's the youngest right now to. He's. Hmm. Was Bo 21 when he won it? You know it. How old was he? You know it. 21. Anyway, let's see. He's a very young guy there. I mean, you got to think the world is ahead of him. Superfan says Lyles was injured slash sick. He does 19 fours in the Diamond Leagues and trials. But one thing super fun, rather not fan, sorry, you must recognize is that since Lyles has doubled or starting to double, he's not run sub 19.5 in a major championships. Oh, that's a big throw there from Anderson Peters. The Grenadian there just flew that out there. What's that? Oh, that's not good enough. He's just went into the lead. That's 87-86. The Caribbean 1-2 so far. Walcott still in second with 86-16. Chopra didn't get any on his first. Neither Weber, neither Nadim. 87-87 from Anderson Peters. That's a big throw there from him. Yeah. So I don't know. Of course, Lies is capable of running faster, but when you double, you see the effects of it sometimes. And I guess even with, if he's not feeling well either, it's not going to work when the guys he's running with, he's not clearly ahead of them by far. That's the thing that you have to recognize. Yeah. Let's see what Keshawn Walcott does there. Not as good as his first attempt there, so he's not even gonna. He steps out to ensure that that doesn't get marked. Super fun did also say, but congrats to Taboga. Gladys, how are you doing? Noah's acting like he's sick because he lost the race to Tobago. Okay. While Togo is dusted. What? Look. Rory is saying Michael Johnson seems to think Noah is sick. I mean, he had something on his face, but either way, he didn't look. That's like saying if look, it's unfortunate, but that's how it works. Imagine ESPN is giving me a breaking news saying U.S. sprinter Noah Lyles secures another medal at the Olympics. Not Leslie Tobogo winning, not Kenny Bednarak getting the silver medal, but Noah Lyles. That's not a good way to send out messages, guys. You guys are acting up in the comments here. A Flying Wing says, oh, that's a big throw there from Nadim. How far is that? 92-97 from Nadim to go straight into the lead, guys. That's a massive throw. The Javelin is on fire tonight. The Pakistani that you barely ever see. No, you don't see him on the circuit at all. Olympic record from Arshad Nadim from Pakistan in the men's javelin. We got to take a break and talk about the javelin. Look at that, 92-97 from the big man from Pakistan. Anderson Peters now in second place, and Walcott from Trinidad and Tobago in third right now. Neeraj Chopra and Weber they haven't thrown it. Weber is up next, so we'll get a sense of that in a second. I'll get back to the comment section. Flying Wing is saying Fambele can't compete with the top runners. Yeah, I don't know how far his ceiling is. He may be approaching it. I don't know how good he can be, to be honest with you. He still has some time, but sometimes it doesn't work, right? I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily be upset. I mean, he made a global final. That is a major achievement. I don't know what his ceiling really is. Yeah. That's a good throw there from Weber too. Puts him into third position at 87.33. Knocks Walcott to fourth. Penny says Noah catching his breath after the race. Mark, Knighton hasn't been the same since he stopped eating oxtail. you're, you're trying to get him in trouble here. I'll just leave it at that, Mark. You said it. Robert, Noah's name should not be mentioned in the same sentence with Bolt. I guess nobody should actually. In fairness, all in the game. Kenny ran 1959 at trials and ran 1962 after doubling at his first global championship. Doubling ain't easy, people. Again, all in the game has been preaching this. I've been saying it too. I mean, I took it from him, but Julius Diego there. How far can that go? Whoa! That's a big throw from the Kenyan there. That put him into third position now at 87.82. I mean, the Javelin guys are going in the right direction here in the Stade de France. This is great stuff going on over here. Look at that. 92, 97, 87, 87, 87, 72, 87, 33, 86, 16. And we still have lots of rounds to go, guys. Back to your point, all in the game. People must remember, to double is hard. It's easier for an athlete to just go to a meet on the circuit and run a super fast time. But to do rounds and come back and expect to do that, your body is under serious pressure. There's not a lot of time for recovery, and you have some events where people don't even double, right? Fortunately, the guys who finish in the top 3 here are all guys who ran the 100 meters as well. So, but it's one of those things. Veronica says Knighton still he has tons of time. He's just what, 20? Aaron is just 20, right? So yeah, lots of time. Michelle says exactly, always use it. USA starring. Yeah. Robert says once you turn up on a track, no excuses. Michelle, happy. Oh, we got 2 Michelles going in the chat. So Michelle Arthur said that. No, Michelle Kingston says happy for Tobago and Tobago rather, and Kenny. Noah got too much on his plate. He's a good runner. I like his confidence. He should take a break from the 4x1. I don't. If he's not well, then he shouldn't run the 4x1. But in fairness to Noah Lyles, he's a top class athlete. He's the best of the generation in terms of the 200 meters. Since he's the best since Bolt, right? Oh, big throw there from Neeraj Chopra to go straight into second. 89.45 on his second attempt, legal attempt there from Neeraj Chopra. And the Olympic champion has immediately put himself into the silver medal position. So we're getting one of the most heated rivalries in geopolitics, Pakistan versus India. And I'll leave it there since it's not that kind of show. We're getting that played out in the field of sport. 1-2 right there. I start talking about all sort of stuff, I get in trouble. Back to what Michelle was saying. I think Michelle said something. Yeah. I just to echo that again. If he's unwell, then the US don't want to chance it, right? He's had a fabulous Olympics. He's won the 100-meter title. Very, however you want to take it, he's a gold medalist. Whether or not you think it's by the slimmest of margins, he is the gold medalist, and he got on the podium on the 200. I suspect he will be very disappointed because of the 2 events. The 200 is certainly his much better one, and his pride is not going as planned. But congratulations to Kung Fu Kenny, and obviously to the youngster, let's see Tobago, who I'm begging to run the 400 meters as well. Yeah. Michelle Arthur is saying we other countries are only there to make up numbers and provide some competition. Always USA highlights and headlines. Shake my head. Yeah, it happens sometimes. There, NBC also pays the most money for the Olympics from any network. They create packages that will obviously be designed for an American audience. Yeah, it's one of those things. Jared Tobago just doubled and ran 19:45. Yeah, I mean, Tobago is in great shape. I mean, I told you this season, Jared. Good to have you back, Jared. Are you doing well? Let's see, he ran 44.2 this year over 400 meters. He also had that world best in the 300 meters. You looked at that and you saw the background training, the capacity to run hard. And I was like, yeah, I figured he would be in and around running really well. My concern at the time was like, if he just didn't run the 100 meters, maybe, he would have a better chance to win the 200 meters. Well, he didn't need that. And he did win the 200 meters, even though he ran the 100 meters. Yeah. His ceiling is extremely high. Yeah. Rory says if Noah has COVID, we probably won't see him tomorrow in the 4x1. Yeah. Mark Johan Blake ran 19:26 in a Diamond League race. Yeah, he did that on a really great night in, was it Paris? Yeah. Yeah. Michelle says go Anderson. Anderson now currently is in third position because Nadeem and Neeraj Chopra went into first place. So it's hot there in the. I don't know if anybody can go farther than 92, 97. That's big there. He probably just won the Olympic title there. To beat him requires another Olympic record. It's amazing out there. Marking not easy there, but Lyles assigned victory. Jared says, I'm devastated, but I'm getting better. I hear you. It will come. Yeah, you'll be fine. You have lots of years. Yeah. Veronica says, yes. I guess that is in response to something not too clear. Michelle says, Kingston says, Knighton need to run more relaxed. At least Noah got 2 medals. Yeah, Noah got his medals. Knighton, his time will come too. 200 meters for women for the heptathlon is going on. Just a quick update on that. I want to see what the point standing for that is. Let's see. The combined points currently, let me just put that up before the 200-meter event. So after the 100 meters high jump and shot put, Nafitiam is leading KJT by 50 points there. Anna Hall from the United States, 2,965. So it's going to require some big running in the. And Norwitz is in the mix too after that big 14:57 in the shot put. So I think this is shaping up really well. Not bad. Let me see what's going on down at the bottom here. Obviously, Hawkins didn't have a mark, and she's still competing, which is interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So if Lyles has COVID, then it's probably over, right? That's what they're saying? Is he has COVID? Yeah. If he has COVID, then probably should just take it easy for the rest of the championships. He's done his work. He's done his individual duties. The US don't need Noah Lyles to run. Yeah. Michelle says, hang in there, Jared. Yeah, hang in there. Jared says, Sydney needs to break the 50 to cheer me up. Come on, now. That's a stretch to ask Sydney to do for you tonight. Just ask her for the gold medal. Let's start here in the women's 200 meters for heptathlon, heat number 1. Dawa running well there. Nafitiam in second. She's looked like she's struggling. She just needs to relax a little bit and continue to pump those arms. Let's see. She'll finish in second there. 24-21 wins it. I think Nafitiam runs 24-46. That's good enough for 937 points. I like how they're updating this right away on the fly. So I can get the heat up as well. So that's the first heat. There's 3 heats there, and the Polish athlete winning in 24:20 ahead of TM 24:46. All right. Oh, hi, Tamara. How are you doing? You said the 200 men. Put back up on the screen since you mentioned that. You're saying results for second to fourth was the same as Tokyo. Happy for Tabo. Oh, you're right. You're actually right. You're right. Kung Fu Kenny, Lyles, Knighton. Just, just that. Let's see Tobago displace Andre DeGrasse. Long jump still going on. Davis Woodall in the lead with 7:05. Miambo here right now. That's a big jump. That's a big no jump. I could see that from the naked eye. So it's, let me put that up just for your viewing pleasure. So they're into the 4th round attempts here. Just a couple more athletes there to finish that. Jasmine Moore just jumped. I haven't seen it yet. So Woodall still in the lead after 4 rounds. 7:05. Moore 6:96. Mihambo 6:95. Yeah. Essa Brume down there in 5th. Smith from Jamaica 6. Interesting. What's going on there? Gidon is saying, what time is the 400-meter hurdles? The 400-meter hurdles is coming up in 26 minutes. 400-meter hurdles for women, 26 minutes. And you have someone from Jamaica in lane 1, Sutherland from Canada 2, Marvel from France 4, McLaughlin-Levrone in 5, Femke Bol in 6, Anna Cockrell, Rochelle Clayton, and Jasmine Jones. That's going to be a cracker. That is going to be a race of the race. Let's get back to this here. Tobago's time is the 4th fastest winning time in Olympic history. Only Bolt and MJ are ahead as winners. Johan Blake finished second in 1944, so Tobago has the 5th fastest time in the Olympics. Yeah, that is true. Thanks for bringing that out. Yeah, he could have gone much faster for sure. All in the Game is saying that was a 1939 from Tobago with the chest slapping. It is, because before he even got to the chest slapping, he stopped pumping arms. Then I think he was doing the check at that point to see if anybody was coming, and they weren't. And he then did the chest pump, the chest beating, and that was impressive from him. Yeah, that was certainly a sub 19.4 for sure. Could be, as you say, 19.3. Who knows? And it's good. That is good to see. I hope he takes that on. He's now moving up the rankings really quickly. It's only recently in 22 we saw him at the World Juniors. He went to Oregon, right? And then he also went to World Juniors that year. And his ceiling is super high for him. Michelle Arthur is saying, go Femke, my girl, LOL. It's going to be an interesting race. I wouldn't sleep on Femke. It has to be Sydney still by every indication. But what Femke has been doing, oh, that's a big throw by Vladic there. Is that? What's that? Vladic just went into 3rd to displace Anderson Peters, 88.50. So it's still Nadim Chopra now, Vladic from Czechia. The Javelin is exciting, guys. It's exciting. Thanks everybody for joining. Thanks for liking the video. Where am I? Yeah, back to the Femke and the 400 meters just really quickly. I mean, Femke had a good good season as well. You could see great background training. I don't know if she can hang with Sid, but we'll see. We shall see. It's going to be an all-time race. All-time race. Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably the closest it's going to be in a long time, which might still mean distance, right? That's the problem. It's certainly possible that Femke could run 50.6, but then Sydney runs 50 flat, and then it's daylight, right? It's one of those things, Yeah. No, I agree with you, Michelle. I like what I'm seeing from Femke. Also, a top athlete in terms of giving it for the team. She went out there and ran a monster leg on that 4x4 mixed relay to ensure that the Dutch got a gold medal. She could have said, nah, I have a shot at winning this all and I don't want to mess around. And she didn't. She gave our team everything that she could, and they needed it. Boy, did they need it that night. And she's done it. And yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I agree. There's a shot there of Anna Hall. Nadim on his third attempt went 88.72. So still would have been good enough for third position if he ever needed it. But his Olympic record 92.97 is just amazing. All in the game is saying we need women's 4x4. Netherlands need women's 4x4 need to run the race of their lives to give Femke a chance on anchor versus Sid with the smallest gap possible. That would be special. That would be one of the great races of the century. The challenge, though, is I am not confident that the Netherlands can hang with the United States. So it's just going to be too much. So Femke had a 15, she had to claw in a 15-meter lead, right? Was that what she did? 15, 13-meter lead. It was a big gap. Look at the Athletic from the New York Times. Sprinter Noah Lyles gets something. And they didn't even lead off with, I'm getting this breaking news. They didn't even lead off with Kenny or let's see. I don't understand. I understand. When I say that, I 100% understand. If anything, I understand that part. But back to this all in the game. It was a big lead. She clawed in, but yeah, rightly are you saying 10 to 15. But 10 to 15 on Sydney is impossible, right? It's a good run here in the women's run here. Anna Hall is in the inside. She needs to start lifting. She's not lifting her legs at all. She's struggling, but she's hanging with them for sure. I don't know how fast she'll go. Good. She probably gets a 24 and change, so that should be good points there. Let me see if they have that up. Let's see. Where am I on that? 200 meters Hep. Actually, Hall ran 23.89. That was better than I thought. So that's good for 991 points. Garavini won in 23.58. Vitz came third, and that gives her 994 points. That's not really good right there. Let's see. Anna Hall moves into second. We'll wait for. That's a good run right there from her. 4,000 points for Nafatiam right now. 4,007. Anna Hall, 3,956. KGT. We'll wait until those races are up. Yeah, I think it's really challenging I suspect that if it's like a 5 meter gap on Sydney has the lead on, then it would be a really interesting race because you can make that up and then lose it again or hang tight and see if you can out sprint. But if it's like 50, if it's like 10 to 15, I just don't think you can catch up on that. It's just too much unless she has so much more reserve in her. But by then she would have already ran a leg on a 400, then the four by I don't know. It's just yeah. All in the game, not all in the game. Sorry, Robert says the U.S. focuses so much on this one-sided rivalry with Jamaica and not realizing that the African countries are making huge strides in sprint. No, there's where you want to get the stuff, man. I do agree. I think part of the problem in the continent in some places is just that they don't have the structure, right? But if they start to develop that, they have population, they can definitely produce a lot of athletes. Like Nigeria should be kicking out like tons of athletes. They're doing better now, obviously, but their high school system is non-existent as far as I know from the people I talk to. Like I remember having a conversation. There's this one group that tries to do everything for track in Nigeria, I believe, and they were looking to model off the Jamaica Championships, which is a bad idea, I think, for them. At least I said that to them because you're looking at a more kind of a federalist system. They have a big. It's just too big for them. They should try probably model it off the U.S. system or so. Let's see. But anyway, that's an off topic there. Mambo went up to 698. That was a good jump there. So she moves into second position, 2 centimeters ahead of Jasmine Moore, but not good enough to catch Woodall. Yeah. Oh, Jared asked earlier, any chance that Noah decides to only run 200 in 2028? I don't know. That's too early to know for sure. Noah is what, 26 or 27? As you start to get older, I don't care who you are, it becomes tougher to continue to do the work to do the double. You may need to take a break in one of them next year at the World Championships or so, or closer to the Olympics in LA. You never know. You may not be competitive in. No one is guaranteed to be competitive 4 years from now. I don't know for sure. I suspect he should be, but there are other athletes that could come in the mix. So it's too early to kind of make those statements. I guess it all depends. All in the game was confirming the 10 to 15 there. Yeah, I think I talked about that. I talked about Robert's comment. Mark says the world's fastest man finished a dead heat for first in the 100 meter. He was destroyed in the 200. That should keep his tongue in his mouth. Noah did not have his flu game. Yeah, Mark, the African countries dominate the longer races, but not all, right? So it depends. So I would say if you really want to go for sprinting, you got to go for places like Nigeria can pop out a few. I think Ghana could develop a lot of sprint talent. Just look, I don't want to go on into a whole explanation of why. The North African and the East African countries clearly are going to be the ones for the longer distance. That also has to do with altitude and just the conditions in where they live. So the long jump will go down to the last jump for sure. Davis Woodall with our 6'10". Miambo will have to jump a jump of our life to get that gold medal. And Jasmine Moore looks like she's gonna medal in two events this year in the same Olympics, maybe picking up 2 bronze medals unless she can improve upon our 696 rather. Yeah. Yeah, so like you got, certain countries can dominate in the longer events and others. It's just there, yeah. All in the game says Noah will be 31 in 28. Mark is saying Olo is faster for MJ. MJ in Sydney only ran 400, right? Yeah, yeah. All in Jared is responding. All in the game. That's a good age. Yeah, not if, and you're right, not if he gets a string of injuries. It could be also the workload, because believe you, and Jared, I know you probably know this soon. The load to do the double is a lot of load. You know, you have to work really hard. You do much more workouts. Yeah, you have to want to do it, and you have to be motivated to do it. So I don't know. Yeah, all in the game is responding to Jared. Yeah, the older you get in sport, regardless of sport, it becomes increasingly difficult because you have to manage your body better. You do not recover as quick as you used to recover when you're 21 or 18. It's a difference there. You have to monitor a lot more. And there's setbacks. I know, and most athletes run with some level of niggle, but it goes up, you know, it goes up. Yeah. All right, that's a good start there in the KJT, looking good right there. She's gonna come off a curve ahead of everybody, and she's running nice there, looking relaxed there. KJT 23:45 for her into a slight headwind. Let's see what does that do for the score points there. So currently now KJT has gone into the lead for the women's heptathlon. She's in the lead now at 4055 ahead of Tayam 4007 and Hall 3956. So, and Hall is just ahead of Norvit. So it's really very competitive right now. They'll come back tomorrow for 3 more events: long jump, javelin, and they'll end with the 800 meters. It's going to be exciting. It's anyone's call right now. Can KJT do a big long jump? If she does, she could be in an interesting position. What's going on in the comments here? Let me check. Let me just put that on the screen. The overall points, just for viewing pleasure. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's a back and forward, all in the game on Noah. Yeah. Mark is saying that. Yeah, Gatlin was running 30s in his 9-7. I mean, it's possible, guys. It's not like it's not. I don't think all in the game is saying it's not possible, Jared. It's just that at that point, a lot of stuff can come in, you know. So we'll see. Yeah. I wish him well. We didn't. I would never wish injury on any athlete. That's just not something you want. Yeah. Give me a second there, guys. I'm back. You know, sometimes the wife calls you. Let's see. Yeah, and you only run 400 that year, not doubling 2-4, which is what we are saying. Yeah, it's difficult to double the older you get, guys. Yeah, it's no question about that. We're not. I hope you're not taking that like we're hitting on liars in that way. It's just a fact of sport, you know. Yeah, yeah. And rightly so, he wasn't. Yeah, you're saying maybe he shouldn't double. All right, this is a back and forth here. Let's get some updates on what's going on in the javelin throw. Let's see where we are there. We still have a few more rounds left in the men's javelin. It's Pakistan, India, 92-97 from Nadeem. Neeraj Chopra, 89-45. Vladic there from Czechia, 88-50. Anderson Peters in the fourth position there. Yego in fifth from Kenya. Weber from Germany in sixth. And Walcott from Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah. So I said Brumi there is out of the long jump. Let's get back into the long jump final right now. She's done at 670, so she won't get a medal. Yapachina is up next, I think. Then Moore, then Miambo, then Davis Woodall. So we're getting into the closing stages of it. Penny says Noah was quarantined off. So he's right. I see. Actually, Noah is on TV. Let me see if I can hear what he's saying. Because I had it on mute. I don't know what he said. I only caught the last part. I'm just gonna mute this again because I don't even listen to that. If someone watched the if someone watched the Noah Lyles interview on NBC, just let me know what he said. I heard the last part where he was saying something about, I think, in response to the relay, but I don't know for sure. Yeah. So Yapachino will finish in fourth. I had her on the medal podium, finishing in fourth in 687. Jasmine Moore's up, so just a couple more. Moore just jumped 688. I'm seeing it now on the screen. She will finish in the bronze position. So Jasmine Moore from the United States, 2 medals at this year's Olympics. And so what can Miambo do right now? It will require the jump of a lifetime from Miambo. Don't forget to like the video, guys. Thank you. So one more jump here from Miambo. Let's see what happened. Oh, thanks for saying that, Penny. He did an interview and he said he has COVID. Well, he's done then. He should probably just go rest up. Yeah. Out in the game is not. Yeah. Let's see Miambo down here. Oh, not a good jump for Miambo. She did miss the run up in total. So the US's Tara Davis Woodall is the Olympic champion. There's zero need to jump again, winning it with a jump of 7 meters 10. Anytime you clear 7 meters, it's usually fitting. Miambo unable to defend her title. silver medal, 698. Jasmine Moore from the United States, 696. Yapacina from Italy, 687. Essa Brume, 670. Those are your top 4 athletes in the women's long jump. Excellent. Is she gonna jump? She's still gonna jump, but let's get to the comment section a little bit here and talk what's going on. Femke Bol or Sydney, any predictions? It's going to be an interesting race. That's coming up next on the track in a matter of 3 minutes. The women's 400-meter hurdles. They on one screen I'm seeing here, they have Sydney right now. To answer that question is I'm not sure. I think given what we've seen, we would have to believe that you'd have to believe that Sidney Mclaughlin will start favorite. She ran a world record this year. Unless you're gonna start making some comparisons to the sub 51 that Femke did, but I just don't think we can go there. Now, I will say that for the first time in the rivalry, the competitive rivalry between both of these athletes, maybe Sydney might be looking at Femke differently. The mere fact that she went sub 51. I still think Sydney should win this. But if Femke were to do it, I would not be shocked because we know she's a top class athlete and an athlete capable of running really, really fast. It means both of them have to be on top of the game in order to win this. I don't think it will be easy for either athlete. There is potential that going for it could make them end up in a situation that they don't like someone crashing or pushing too hard could result in some disastrous thing in the hurdles. I suspect that won't happen, but Sydney with a slight edge right now or a decent edge right now, maybe. But we'll see. We will see what Femke can do. But I wouldn't be shocked if she were to pull it off. But you have to say McLaughlin-Levrone is the favorite. And then we'll see what we get from the others. Anna Cockrell from Clayton from Jamaica. This is big time running on its best. It's going to be an all-time great run here. 2 Jamaicans, 3 Americans, a woman from France, a Canadian athlete, and the Dutch. Thanks for saying that, JCD. If I'm saying, man, I need to go see my eyes. Oh, he essentially confirmed he won't run 4x1. I think I heard that in the end when I turned on the volume, but I didn't know what he said first. But thank you for clarifying that. Monty said Bednarak and Tobago also ran 100. Not to sound toxic, but I'm just afraid Noah lying down on the track after the 200 was an act. He came out jumping around, couldn't be too sick. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. I mean, he didn't look good when he was talking to Lewis, but I have no idea, I can't go that far, but I hear what you're saying. Tara Davis won. Ivan is saying, yeah, she did win. Lovely, 7 meters, 10. Excellent running there. Last chance for your predictions for the women's 400-meter final. Will we get a world record tonight? Are we getting 2 women going sub 51? Will someone decide to go sub 50? Are we going to see the greatest race you've ever seen over 400-meter hurdles? The world is a stage. Mark with the Shakespeare quote. This is gonna be fantastic, guys. Anna Cockrell, I have a lot of time for her. I don't know if she can pull it off for the medal podium. I like what I saw from Rochelle Clayton. I think Rochelle Clayton is one of the biggest fighters you've ever seen. Yeah. Penny says Noah wearing a mask the whole time. Clayton in a tough lane in 8. I mean, she'll run for it. It's not, yeah, she has to go out. The most important thing I think for Rochelle is to be in the contention because I think she's very strong. They're getting in the blocks. The 2 fastest women in history. Definitely Olympic record. And they're off. A clean start. Let's see who moves here. Look like McLaughlin-Levrone already on top of Femke. But Femke running good. They look pretty even to me. But it's hard to see. I think Sydney's going over slightly quicker than Femke. They're going over about almost equal, to be honest with you. There's no separation between the two. But Sydney's coming up now. Sydney's making a big run around the curve now. She's going to flash in on ahead of Sidney Mclaughlin is taking it out. I don't think Femke can hang with her. This is the most amazing thing you've ever seen. Look how far Sidney Mclaughlin is. Anna Cockrell is going to pass Femke. Femke is not in great shape. Sidney Mclaughlin is going to go sub 50:37 world record. Anna Cockrell with the silver. Femke Bol ran out of it. Anna Cockrell doing a 51:87 PB. What happened to Femke? A world record. I cannot believe this. What a run by Sydney. At one point they were together and then Sydney just stepped on that. 50:37, a world record. Anna Cockrell just found something that I didn't think she had. I knew she could get on the podium, but I was thinking in bronze. Big PB there for Anna. Femke running 52:15. That is a shocker of all shocks. Her face didn't look good at the start, but I don't know what's going on there. Look at Sydney just extending this. Jasmine Jones fourth, 52:29 PB. Rochelle Clayton 52:68. Salmon 53:29. Sutherland 53:88. Marval 54:53. What just happened there? Yeah, that's true. We said it. 50.3 world record. You know, my video said don't expect much world record, but I anticipated one from her. McLaughlin, the greatest. Never seen anybody better now. She's cemented herself. And Femke is in disbelief. She's crying. She's being consoled by what looks like her parents or her family members. Anna Cockrell, though, I told you this year, don't sleep on Anna. But for Anna to go sub 52, is different class, guys. Robert, you're right. It was a tough lane for Clayton. Anna second. Robert, that mixed 4x4 took out a lot from Femke. I was going about to ask that now. It's a big throw by Anderson Peters there. I don't know if it's good enough. Anderson Peters has just gone back into the bronze medal position with that throw at 87.38. The Grenadian has put himself back into medal contention. $88.54 puts him ahead of Vladic. My. Sidney Mclaughin just popped up a world record. 50.34. 37, sorry, I apologize. 50.37 by daylight. Anna Cockrell just ran one of the fastest times you'll ever see. 51.87. And she's not even in the picture. A second and 50. Oh my God. Man, I've seen some great stuff, but this is up there. Anna ran her life out there right there. Anna Cockrell just ran her life to get on that podium. Femke fading 52.15. I mean, all the way to Clayton would have won multiple championships. Even everybody here, even Science Salmon time would have won big championships before. The women's 400-meter hurdles have gone into a different level. Tara overdoing it there with the bell. She is happy there for winning the long jump. Congratulations to Tara Wood. Man, that was amazing. Do you guys see that? I did not see the Femke stuff coming. I mean, I know Sid started, should have won this, but for Femke, Penny, Anna went from DQ in Tokyo to silver in Paris. That's a big move up there. Big PBs this year. PBs at US Championships, if my memory serves me correctly, making sure she got on that team. Not only that, she walking away with a silver medal behind her, around her neck. Can't do anything but to put your hands up because the GOAT is in front of you. Amazing there. We still have one more hotly contested race to come, the completion of the Javelin as well. In a matter of minutes, the men will be coming out in the 110-meter hurdles. Put your predictions in that. Parchment from Jamaica, Yapis, Roberts, Broadbell, Holloway, Bennett, Crittenden, Murtaki. That is going to be a super fast race as well. People could go crashing out. Madness. Jared says, no sub 50, but a crazy world record. Yeah, I mean, sub 50 is just a different level there. But what Sidney just did this evening was to cement herself as the greatest ever. And she's given us some fabulous performances over the last how many years. Bobby must be happy. Madness. Let's see what's happening in the Javelin here. It's supposed to be finishing. They still have one round to go. Nadim still leading with the Olympic record of 92.97. It's one of the great javelin shows, guys. One of the great javelin competitions. I'm just watching Weber here. It's not going to be a good throw because I think it's just 84 and change. Penny says, Grant Holloway wants this gold medal bad. Yeah, that's the only thing missing from his trophy cabinet. I suspect, I guess, the world record as well, but he's been very close to the world record. He's gone sub 12 nines on a couple of occasions. So, yeah. Ojara, is it an exaggeration to say Sydney's a boat level talent? No. She's once in a generation. One of the all-time great talents and performers now. Obviously, she's delivered on her talent on multiple occasions. Yeah. Jared is asking, Grant Holloway can break this world record. Oh, you're not asking, you're saying. Joseph Diego here falling on his face. How far will that go? Not good enough. Mid 80s there. I don't know about the world record tonight, Jared. I think he'll be focused on trying to win that Olympic title. Robert says broad bell for the upset. That would make 3 in a row for Jamaica. To go back to McLeod, to Parchment. Sidney Mclaughin there with a crown on her head, doing the ringing of the bell. That's the shot of the night. How much longer will we see Sidney Mclaughin over the women's 400-meter hurdles? Now she can start her on the 2-4. The 2-4 double would be great. I don't know if she'll do that, but we'll see. Vladic there on his last attempt. Let's see what he can do. Doesn't look like it's going to go far. Yeah, 84 and change. Penny says maybe 2 medals for Jamaica. Whew. Could be tough though, Penny. Depends on what you get. You have to think the Americans are always in good shape. We got 3 Americans. Roberts, he's done sub 13 this year. Crittenden also ran sub 13. I'm not quite sure how great a shape Freddie is in. Obviously, he didn't feel good in the opening round. Decided not to push it, went to the repechage round, made it into this final. Looked good, but he's probably carrying something. It depends. It's possible. It's possible for sure. It depends on the form. Hansa Parchment needs a good start, and and when he starts to dip, he has to dip legitimately and stop looking across. Broadbell can be special if he doesn't hit some hurdles. We'll see. Peterson on his last attempt, not good enough. So Peterson will finish with a bronze medal. So stand up Grenada. Grenada gets another medal here at this Olympic Games. The 2-time world champion is now an Olympic bronze medalist. Congratulations. Neeraj Chopra goes up next to see if he can go ahead of Nadim. But for whatever it is, it seems that obviously that the javelin title will remain in South Asia. Let me get back. Brian, what's up? Uh, Brian says Femke had too many races in them legs. Can't expect to tackle the then world record holder and be running mixed relays. That's the interesting thing that comes up, right? Like we were wondering. And not only that, she had to run the race of her life. The race of her life, right? You know? Yeah. In order to get the Dutch into contention. She was like 10 to 15 meters behind. Let's see what Neeraj Chopra can do here in his last attempt. Falling her off. I don't think that's a good throw. Not even 80 meters, just on the top of 80 meters. And Chopra finishes in second. And Nadim, who we don't see on the circuit, which is a shame, is the gold medalist in the men's javelin. An Olympic record of 92.97 meters. The defending champion has to settle for silver, 89.45. And Anderson Peters gets an Olympic medal, the Spice Island of Grenada there, 88.54. Nadim will do his final attempt here. It doesn't even need, it's not even needed. He's going big here. That's a big throw. Whoa! Another 90-meter throw. That's a way to end the tournament there. Nadim going 90 meters twice this evening. Not as good as the first one, but 91.79. And the man from Pakistan, he just sent that straight from Paris to Karachi. So gold medal there. Brian says Anna Cockrell came out her shoes for that silver. Man, she levitated, right? That was a fantastic run. I like Anna. All season I've been saying she could be on this podium, but it's only bronze because every prediction, and I don't think there's a single soul on this planet would have predicted that anybody other than Sidney Mclaughlin and Femke Bol would have been in the top two positions. And that didn't happen tonight. Not even she beat, let's put it back on the screen. She got a good amount on Femke. 51.87 for her, a massive PB. What a place to run a PB. You run it in the Olympic final, ensuring that you get on the medal podium. That was outrageous there. Nadim here on that throw. Look at the brace leg. I mean, this Nadim guy could have been a fast bowler. Speaking of the cricket, what's going on in the cricket in Trinidad? Nobody's watching it. I was watching some earlier. South Africa 268 for 5. Let's see. Bavuma 83. Anyway, I'll watch cricket later. Brian says Sydney gunning for the 400-meter girls now. It would be great. I think if Sydney goes 2-4, it would be interesting. I think Sydney definitely could run the 200 meter. I mean, Sydney could run it. Sydney could go run 100-meter hurdles if she wanted. But 400 for sure is our next. I think should be our next pursuit, and 2-4 would be interesting. Twain says today athletically hasn't been good for me, with the exception of Sydney. Yeah, that's the beauty of sport, though. You decide to predict or do something and it doesn't come out the way you want. Yeah. 100-meter final, 110-meter final coming up on the track. It's going to be the last event of the night. What a night have we been having in track and field. What a night. I think this is one of the best nights of track and field. Long jump over 7 meters. Woodall Davis beating Mahambo. Jasmine Moore picking up 2 bronze medals at this year's Olympics. Javelin throw going into ridiculous places. Look at that, 92 meters, 89, 45, 88, 54. You couldn't ask for more. The 200-meter final, the kid from Botswana stepped up. 1946 in an area record. Kung Fu Kenny, 1962. Noah Lyles, 1970. Come on, Sidney breaking the world record. Anna doing a big PB. And now we're at the 110-meter hurdle final. What's going to happen? What is going to happen in the 110-meter hurdle final? All in the game says Sid can run sub 11, 22, sub 12.5, low 48s for 400, a complete athlete. I mean, one of the greatest we've ever seen. You go back to Sidney Mclaughin running all those years at the Penn Relays, showing up at the US Championships as a 16-year-old or something like that. Yeah. I would love to see her do a 2-4. I would love to see her do a 2-4. I don't know about you, but 200, 400, I mean, some clean sprinting. The sprinting will look a little bit awkward for a while because, of the hurdles. But, once she gets that, it'll be nice. Brian says, only thing that can beat Grant is a fall. Yeah, can't disagree with that. That's the only thing missing from his trophy cabinet. Defending champion there. So Brian says might see her in the Diamond League finals for 400. Yeah. Grant. Doreen Hi. She says Grant have this one unlock. I think you're saying this one locked, right? Rather. Yeah, I mean, this should be a Holloway thing. If he doesn't win this, it's interesting. The last two Olympic hurdles were won by Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica back to back here in Tokyo. Parchment, McLeod in Rio. Guys are getting in the blocks. So really good start there from Roberts hitting the hurdle though. Grant Holloway is all gone. He is flying like a freight train right now. Holloway is making up. The Raiders are closing. Broadwell is closing for 7. Broadwell there on the line ahead, right beside Daniel Roberts. Let me see it over here too. Holloway is the Olympic champion for sure. Broadwell came down on Daniel Roberts there. It looks like a dead heat there on him. We have to separate that by a photo finish for sure. It's been given to Roberts. So Grant Holloway going sub 13, 2099, 12.99, sorry. Daniel Roberts getting the silver medal at 13.09. Rashid Broadbell getting the bronze medal with the same time of 13.09. We'll have to see this photo finish. I'm sure this is going to be one of those moments again on the internet. Iopis finishing. So it's, yeah, so the time has been corrected now. Obviously 13.09. It's like 8.5 to 8.8. My gosh, as close as you can get there as well. Orlando Bennett finishing in 7th. Hansa Parchment, the defending champion, 8th. Iopis in 4th. Murtaki 5th. Crittenden 6th. Grant Holloway has now completed the full set. He is multiple world champion. never beaten probably how long indoors, indoor champion, world champion on a number of occasions, gold medal now in the Olympics, extremely close to the world record. If he breaks the world record, then it's unprecedented. He's probably already now, I don't know if he's the greatest, but he's certainly right there. Broad belt, second or third. No, it is bronze, Penny. That photo separated them even closer than Kishane and I don't know what happened to Parchment. I didn't even see him there. Really good run at the end there from Broadbell to come in. Man, that photo finish there. That's just amazing. Okay. All right, Jared. Yeah. Holloway ran really well though. Into in a slight headwind. Roberts died for that. Yeah, Roberts did die for that, you know. Not quite a Sean Miller Weber, but he was there. Amazing race there, guys. I'm watching this again. Holloway was way ahead. Roberts was running the race of his life. Broadbell was fighting and getting into it. The Spanish athlete Iapis there running a really great race. Shout out to Murtaki there because that Japanese kid way out there in lane 9, guys. Got in there. Freddie Crittenden probably a bit too far for him when you think about the fact that he had an injury. Bennett in his first Olympics finishing down the track. Parchment made the final after winning last time. Had a great career there for sure. Wow, that was a great day now, guys. Track and field at its best. It's a good angle here of the athletes. You get to see how far ahead Grant was. Fantastic run there from Daniel Roberts. Yeah, yeah, you see how fast that is? Yeah. It was so close there, Penny, for sure. Really close. I don't want to bring it. We will have to do these things at some point, but it's so close that it the amount of frames you have to stitch together to get the difference is just amazing there. Virtually impossible on TV. Everybody who comes with the TV stuff later on, somebody's probably doing it on Twitter right now. Look, you can't see. Because you can't. You need high speed cameras, which is another question. Grant was using Coleman form after the final hurdle. Congratulations to the medalist Rashid Broadbell there, getting on the podium. It's an event that the Jamaicans have been doing well at the Olympics. Last Olympics picking up 2 medals too. This time just 1. Holloway was just brilliant over these things. Shout out to Daniel Roberts. But Holloway, a class by himself, one of the best we've ever seen. Everything now he owns except the world record. And who knows, that may still come. Look at the Japanese kid too. Some really good quick times run, at this Olympics. World record tonight. I don't know. I'm just like flabbergasted at some of these things that we've seen, guys. It's just an amazing, amazing stuff. Mina, what's up? Daniel did a Sean dive to get silver. Hey, guy did what he had to do, right? He did what he had to do. Jared Bowen says both threw shade to Noah in his latest tweet. Did he know? I am not on Twitter. What did he say? You have to tell me. A lovely night for track and field, guys. This is one of the great nights. Let's see Tobogo, the man from Botswana, showing up when it matters the most. Area record. The javelin, guys. What? I mean, come on. How special was that? Michelle is asking, how much shade has Noah thrown? Robert, the media is now painting Noah Lyles as a hero for running with COVID. He found out he had COVID on Monday. He released shoes. He released shoes and said they are size 1919. Okay. I'll have to look at it later then. Not sure. Look, tonight should not be. Look, guys, got to go back on this and tell you. We had a long jump final that was for the ages too. Really great. Good to see a 710. Javelin getting a guy way up on the all-time list. Maybe I don't know where this ranks. Definitely top 10, maybe fifth or sixth. 92, 97, almost approaching 93 meters there for the Olympic record. Chopra 89.45, 88.54 from Peters from Grenada, 88.50, 87. Some really high quality throws there. And then let's see, Tobogo serves us up a really great run, 19.4. As someone pointed out, that's what the fourth fastest time at the Olympics ever, or something like that. Or fifth one of that. Kung Fu Kenny making sure he gets on the podium, 1962. Lyles creditable run in 1970. That's really good running. 4 men under 20 seconds. And then Sidney Mclaughin gave us a world record for the ages. Anna Cockrell gave us something that I never thought would have seen, a sub 52 from her. And Femke Bol, what happened to Femke? Maybe just tired, I don't know. Femke ran sub 51 before the championships. And then Grant Holloway finishes it all, making sure that he doesn't walk away without an Olympic gold. Roberts in the finest of margins ahead of Rashid Broadbell. Is there any better sport out there? Man, this is ridiculously good. Michelle says, run with COVID and put others at sick. These people are crazy. Flying. Do you think Kishane was sick what? Will stick to the 100 only or do the 200. I think someone was saying he might do the 200. What Kishane does, I suppose, will be dependent on how Stephen Francis sees his career going. I suspect they'll make him run the double if he's capable of doing it from a workload standpoint, not from a, yeah. He's a big dude. I don't know how he would run the curve, but we'll have to see. Yeah. But it doesn't hurt to run two events. It might make him much better, obviously, because it's a lot more work. But we knew over a few years he is documented that he had different injuries that would have prevented him from training the way he should. So I suspect they'll take that however they take it. Yeah. Yeah, guys, this has been a great night for track and field. I don't even know what to say. Tomorrow will be even. I don't know if we can top tonight, but tomorrow also a great day for track and field. We're getting close to the end of these Olympics. The heptathlon will be run in the morning. There'll be heats of the 4x4, men and women. Morning session will feature semi-final of the 800 meters for men. That could be interesting. That could be the semi-final for the 800 meters for men is like 11:30 in the morning. I haven't checked the weather in Paris, but that could be interesting. Semi-finals for women's 100-meter hurdles tomorrow as well. And then in the evening starts off with the 4x1 relay final, which is interesting. Women's shot put final will be in progress as well. And then the 4x1 for men final, we'll get the women's 400-meter final, triple jump for men final, 10,000-meter women's final, and the men's 400-meter final will end the night. We'll get Rai Benjamin, Varham. Dos Santos doesn't look at his best, but we'll see what we get from there. Be honest with you guys, this has been a fantastic night for the sport of track and field. I am thoroughly happy with what I've seen. Yeah. What's the best? Well, I don't know. The best thing tonight might have been Sydney, but who knows? That javelin thing looked really good as well. So yeah, I'm gonna call it. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you guys for liking the video and for subscribing and to being part of the channel. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.